All right, so a year ago, I had a Porter cable pancake compressor I used for like 5 years. It finally bit the dust. It was time to get a new compressor. I knew I wanted one thing. I knew I wanted one that was quiet and, again, smaller, but mainly quiet. That Porter cable, I would usually like take it out, haul it around the house, run the cable into the garage so I could use it and hear myself think because it was so loud. And now they've come out with this quiet tech. KOBALT is not the only brand that does it. Lowe's was just the closest store that we had, so obviously KOBALT. And I'm sure there's all kinds of different models, sizes, and things out there. But really just needed it for, running nail guns and hauling around the job sites with wheels is real nice, lightweight as much as possible. And really quiet was my main thing. And it is definitely quiet. It is definitely that. Go get a treat. Go get a treat. Go get you a treat. Go get a treat. I don't know really why the reason is, but it tends to overheat sometimes, I think is what's going on. So what happens is I'll be using it, it'll cycle like a normal compressor and I'll keep using it, and eventually I'll use up the tank pressure and I can't drive a nail in, and I'll check and it's plugged in, everything's good, I got power, but it won't cycle on. What I found is when it gets into that mode, what you have to do is turn it off, and it's the second you turn it off, it'll do a pressure release. Real quick. It'll just do a psh, real fast, and you have to wait about 5 minutes. You can't just turn it on and turn it back on. You got to let it sit off for about 5 seconds or 5 minutes, I guess, to let something reset, and then turn it on and it'll click on and run like normal. I put it in the shade. It still does it on hot days, and the only other time it'll do that is if you're running it along the same circuit with like a saw or something. So if it's probably like some kind of a voltage drop, it'll do that. It'll kind of seize up, right? Okay, I can tell that the compressor has tripped. I was going along nailing, and all of a sudden my nail started not going all the way, and I could even hear it in the pressure that it wasn't cycling on. So sure enough, come over here. And a good telltale sign is your pressure gauges will be down lower than what you have them set at. And you can watch here the switch is on, and as I switch it off, that's a good telltale sign that this thing has got to sit for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, something like that, before I can turn it on again. I try to turn it on, it doesn't do anything, it doesn't cycle on. So something has got a little time to break, or something's got to cool down. But yeah, we'll check on in about 5 minutes. All right, it's been about 5 or 10 minutes. We're gonna turn this compressor back on, see if it's had enough time. Enough time has passed. So let's give it a try. And there it goes. And it's like 40 degrees out here, so I don't see why it's overheating. We will go ahead and drain. I'll drain the tank, make sure there's not moisture buildup. That could be it. That's my only complaint with it. Obviously, KOBALT is not my #1 brand I like to shop, but just in this circumstance, that's what we had to roll with. But it's a great little compressor. Love the wheels. It is heavy. Small tank, so you can't do any kind of like sanding or painting or anything like that, which is fine. And it's really quiet. It's awesome. You can have a conversation right next to it. You can have it in the room with you. So those are some things I like about it. But yeah, just one little flaw with it, with the cycling on sometimes when it's hot. And I've had it for about a year and still like it. I hope this kind of helps you in determining if you want one of these or not, or if you're trying to troubleshoot. So thanks for watching.